Good morning. Welcome to Satsang. What I am, what you are, always, is always here. Not seen, not perceived, not captured, but it's always here. Your mind can say anything, can dance over it with so many opinions and ideas. It's always here. That's what you are. That's the base which permeates, which undergrounds everything. And that's what we want to glimpse through Satsang or through our search about reality. So the mind will never be convinced. You just have to give yourself the opportunity to have a glimpse of what is here when the mind doesn't interfere. You will not capture it because you are it, but just that moment may make the mind surrendered and admit that is not the real base, is the expression of what is. And to see that once is enough. So it's really not working through the mind. Through the mind, surely, on the way of this journey, has to be less confused, less crowded, to hear this, for example. But it's not working into the mind so that he attains a certain state which is more favorable to realize what is. It is rather not to consider the mind for a split second. And if you're not dead, that's it. You are that. That is it. So know that if it looks like not being there all the time permanently, it's because you are busy with the mind, that's all. And the mind is time, movements, starting, having a span of life, dying. And that concerns the body, the feelings and the mind. They go on changing. They depend on circumstances. They depend always on a cause. So to realize what is removes the anxiety of depending on something to be at peace or happy. So, what do you say? I think what I said came because of last time someone told me if it was of any help to say always I am that. So the mind says always I am that, I am that, I am that. So I replied. It is not by changing a state of or an attitude in the mind. It is by not considering the mind for a moment. Not only the mind, the owner of the mind. I think it sounds.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it from the perspective of the mind because I don't think there's any other way.
Yeah, sure.
So when I go into the void, I guess,
Yeah.
I think I got something, but then I think I got something, it disappears. But then
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly, because you got something, it means the quality has changed. Before it was not empty, now it is empty.
Correct.
It's again a quality.
Correct. But when you get anesthesia for surgery,
Yeah.
everything disappeared.
Like in sleep?
No, not like in sleep. Like somebody cut the life at some point and then put it back and put the pieces together, and there was nothing, but nothing at all, not even the half asleep witness you get at night, not
No, but the sleep,
nothing.
no, deep sleep. Deep sleep is like that, no? Anyway.
Maybe I just don't
I hear
see
you.
it as
Yeah.
bad as a cut. Maybe it's more gradual so you don't notice.
Yeah, okay.
But there was nothing. So sometimes when I think about that, I say, am I even imagining the void that is not a full void? Like, it makes me question how deep this thing is.
You see, already this conversation is an imagination. Because you don't know, you cannot know what you are. And as I said, the mind can have a lot, many, very subtle even experiences, even of not being there, that there is nothing. All that you see. But you always speak of what happens to I. It happens that there was nothing, and it is even a more real nothing than what I could mention. Okay. But still it is a description of an experience.
Well, the experience was before and after, but in between there was
nothing. Yeah,
like
but
really
in between,
nothing.
In between, it's always the same than before, in between, and after. What you really are, but not as a person, as a background. It's always here. It is the someone who changes experiences. So, what do you want to know, in fact?
I guess I'm questioning if even the background is real.
You can question it. Sure. Of course, it's questionable. But then it means you are still busy with your mind. And what is is glimpsed or is suddenly obvious for what it is when you don't touch your mind. And that's a split second, because it will never be captured in time.
Yeah, I guess if there's no mind to note, like if I describe my mind as perception and memory of perception, I guess, because that's what it is, right?
Generally,
And then it fights against it, but or for it, or but whatever, it's perception and memory of perception. If there's no perception and no memory of perception, it feels like there's not even
but
the
it happens
witness.
to whom? This no memory.
Well, that's
How
the
do
thing.
you
There's
know?
nothing else. There's not even the I behind to notice it.
Ah, so there is not even I. Interesting. It's what it is. That's the background. I cannot notice the background. In that split second of realization, it's exactly when I doesn't interfere, doesn't catch any experience. Now, if you question it, it becomes an object of your subject, of the mind. It becomes an object. It becomes a theme to dig, to explore. And that will not work. Not only there is nothing which can comprehend what is its origin, what is vaster than what tries to comprehend, but there is nobody there to do such a thing, or to want, or to try, or to believe, or to experience.
Or even to witness the experience.
Yeah.
Like there's...
Yeah. Yeah. The witness is in time, huh? That's why awareness, it's not awareness of awareness, you see. It's just awareness. That's what you are. If you make it aware of, I'm conscious or whatever, then it's already in time. I'm aware that awareness is vast, there is nobody there, etc. It's already a subject of the mind. The mind made it an aspect like that. But that aspect will not show all the time because it's in time. And what is not only that. What is everything. Let it be the nothing, the emptiness, let it be the everything. It cannot be defined. That's what we try to speak about, to indicate. But you see, that's why what you say, in our childhood, it happens many times that a child knows those gaps, those moments, where there is really nothing, not even the one. He knows that. But for some reason, and that is interesting to see, maybe, and it's not a generality also, so it can happen. If you don't hear, you are that. When the mind rises, as you have been used to believe the mind, you again believe in the mind, who will tell you so many things. So that may not be even acknowledged in your childhood. And when you realize what is, you may remember, but I've known that when I was a child. That's what I said, it's the whole difference. To believe in the absoluteness of what the mind will present, if it is, this has to be dismissed because you have seen what's real. Otherwise, it will be like it happens a lot. Oh, I got a glimpse, then I lost it, and this and that, and all those things. Well, I don't know what more I can say.
Yeah, I guess I'm just wondering if my witness is not also a witness from the mind.
But
Like
you see, already,
yeah.
if that witness allows you to ask this question, surely it's the mind. The mind as a base is absolutely not touched, full power. So that's why he can even ask this question. If there is a witness, there is a separation between the witness and what is seen. Mind, the mind. Now, if you have not that compulsion, when you are a witness of, and you don't have that compulsion because you hear that maybe is the trouble, because the mind, through that off looking, the mind enters into function, then remain what you always have been, which was what you call the witness, but without this role of witness. And that's always here. You have not to search for who you are. You are it. The mind is curious. Now you can be curious without falling into searching. Ready?
I just felt like coming forward to you.
Sure. I was expecting that.
Well, my mind is empty right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And who are you? Are you an empty mind?
No,
Or not only?
not only because I see now that my mind is empty. And
Very good.
it will pass probably.
Yeah. Very good. So knowing that, are you still searching?
Right now, no.
No, it will always be right now.
But it may come back. No?
Then you put that right now in time. right now in those circumstances. I understood you telling right now without time. Then it's always right now when you don't listen to your mind. You believe that if you say my mind is empty, is not listening to the mind?
Can you ask that again?
It's listening to the mind. You said it well. I know it's the mind. To know I am empty. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I said, if you know that, you can always know that right now, not in time.
Now I see like that my mind is trying to fight this. Like argue or fight. Like
yeah. It is just function, sure. He will. But you know it.
Yeah.
So, who are you? If you say with your mind, I don't know, then your mind will make you search after some time. So if you say, I don't know, which I also say, but I don't know because it's a fact. Knowing the nature of the mind will never know. So if you believe that your mind says, I don't know as a state, because you cannot catch anything, so I don't know, but when the mind reappears, you will search again. So you have to see, even I don't know, which is a perfect answer in a way, but don't take it as, don't rely, don't make it a background of your faith. And from here you are. Prior to all these sayings.
Yeah, it's so clear.
So shut up now? Wonderful. Don't allow your mind to have any comment. For a while. And when the comments come back, laugh, or say, fuck you. Do something, but don't go there. Or go there, but know what you do. Okay? Okay. So you see, I really want to insist, it is not by all those images of jumping the cliff or cutting the head or whatever. It's not about working on the mind. You will never get it. What you will get is an experience of enlightenment. And then I lost it, and then boom. You are it already. Okay? You are it. So it's about not believing the reality, or not trusting what comes after the expression. Whatever expression comes out, no, it's an expression, so a limited aspect of what I am. That's all you have to know. But it makes a huge difference. It doesn't make you search anymore. So no cutting head, nothing. You have not to transform the seeker. You have to see that you define yourself as a seeker, and that's a problem. Because it's a rising of the mind, which will make you believe in this and that. That's all.
Feels like the biggest problem, the seeker, or like, no, I don't know.
Yeah. The problem is gone. That was the past. Otherwise, you are in your mind. You are not right now. You are always right now. But if you still believe in your mind, you have to give yourself a split second free from beliefs and trust in the mind. That's all. And that is enough. It is even the comparison is absolutely weak. It's a laser cut. You can never forget. It will mark your life up to your last breath. Cannot mistake anymore.
I'm coming back to the same question. Because we were talking about the mind and seeing what the mind is doing. Like, I get that part I get. And we talk often about, often, I've been here 1 month, but the character and the witness of the character in the movie. I guess my question is, there was not even a movie to watch. Like,
oh, you go that far, okay.
There's, well, I know it's also the mind, because the mind is like what happened there, but
no, in reality there is no movie, but you cannot see that from the movie.
No, of course, but even that's, I find that when we have the description of the witness looking at the movie and not getting fully involved, I guess, in the movie.
But the witness is in the movie.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem. If there's no, then there's no movie.
If there is no witness, there is no movie. Yeah, we agree. Okay. Sure. That's what you are. That's the background spoken of. I got something of probably you too, but of Papaji. exactly telling that. Boom, boom. Where are you? Papaji is in a box. Nowadays. So, look what he says. Look what he says. You will believe more Papaji than me. Birth, death, rebirth are just ideas created by the mind. There are no gods, no demons, no heavens. There is no death, there is no creator, there is no creation. Nothing ever existed. This ultimately is the only truth. Bye bye.
Hello.
Hello.
Mm. So, who know that the mind is the mind?
Who knows that the mind is the mind? The mind must be, huh? The mind. We don't have much, huh? There is or no mind or mind, so must be the mind.
So, who knows mind?
The mind. Otherwise, you speak like this, there is no creation, so no mind. But that's the problem. That is the so-called difficulty. Is it because we want to solve, and we know only this tool to live, to exist, which is the tool. What is the tool? The mind. So the rising of what you are, an expression of what you are. The creation. There is creation, and creation means what? Two. There is no creation if there is no two. If there is not I and you, there is no creation. So, or you speak, you try to speak, and when it becomes in words, like Papaji, it's in words that I read you. It has a truth, but it's an aspect of it. Because now, if we consider, okay, we are in Satsang and all that, it's still in the mind, in the movie. So what? You cannot say there is no movie. But we can speak like this, there is no creation, even when the movie appears, but we know there is no substance in it. In that way, there is no creation. It doesn't mean it cannot appear still. Huh? So what's the question? Whatever you can ask, whatever appears and disappears, it is the mind. Then what else? What else could it be? You can call it many other names, but it will come back to the mind. Means creation. And creation as the base of the creation, which is unsubstantial, but it's two. It will create enormous problem to try to solve from where it comes from what is. He can't solve that. The solution will not be in the mind. The solution is to see that the mind is just an expression of what you are, and what you are, in fact, will always remain untouched. It's always here because the time doesn't capture it. That's all you have to know. If you question yourself. But as I say, of course, this comes, and it is enough to know when. Well, this I have to see, because some people may speak differently, but I don't know that. So I speak as I know. When you have a moment of complete liberation from your mind, then you have the authority to speak like this. Otherwise, it will become a knowledge, and the knowledge will trouble you, because it will not always be authoritative. There will always a doubt be there to trouble it. And that moment can be given just now. Just now. What do you need for that? We don't know. That's true. We don't know. But at least it will not be wrong to desire it, absolutely desire to be free, and to understand that it will not be through a transformation of the mind. Or it will not happen to somebody having a mind. As somebody you see in the movie, I know the subject. I speak about the subject. But where I am is not in the movie. Or it's the movie also, but it's not in the movie in a way. Why I wanted to say that? Forgot. You can speak in the movie about the subject, sure. You can speak about it. Yeah, I know now. I wanted to say, it's not because I speak about it that I am liberated. But I can speak about it while being liberated. In one case, not being liberated, and you depend on your knowledge. On the other case, you don't depend on anything. Yeah. So it makes a big difference.
Yes.
So in the movie, I am a pandit. I'm sorry, less than Miguel, that's sure, but I am just a pandit. I can speak about it. But I know it's in the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not somebody enlightened. I am a pandit in the movie. I speak about.
Yeah, I see.
And in what is, I'm not even a pandit. There is not even a movie then. Yes. Yes. Enough of confusions. Because people think because you speak well about it, you as somebody is enlightened. No. And that's why some people are totally liberated, but they can't speak. Some can't speak. They may be wiser. No, but it's true. It doesn't. awake necessarily the talent to teach the subject? It's like that.
Because we speak a lot about the mind, the way I look at the mind is the one that analyzes or judges. And if I go behind the judging, that's what I think is the witness. Well, kind of thing, but that's the only way I can express it. But the body and the heart are also part of the movie, and I guess I'm wondering why we're not also trying to get beyond those, I guess, because I can have a feeling and not judge it. It passes. It just goes, but it was still there, part of the movie.
Yeah, sure.
So that is also like the emotions are as much part of the movie as the ideas.
Of course, I call that the mind. The mind for me
Is everything.
Yes, because the mind is movements. It is movements. It was not there before. It is born. It has a span of life. It is destroyed. That's the mind. And that, of course, concerns the body, the mind, and the feelings, and the heart, and all that.
Thank you. That satisfied the mind. That's
okay,
it.
Okay. No, but I understand.
Yes.
I
Yes.
understand,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
I try to make it simple.
Yes.
Hey.
Yeah.
I can only say things if I have a bit of distance from them, right? So I am so close to myself. I feel like this is the worst way to put it. That I will never be able to see myself, right? I will not be able to notice it because that's all an activity of the mind.
Yes. You mean identification. When you are identified, you are look so close with something you live, you experience. Then what's the question? That you will never... Of course you can, always, identified or not. You can be struck by the fact that it is not a state or an attitude in the mind that will help you. It is just knowing that the real nature actually produces all what I speak about. And I am the real nature, and what is produced is part of the ephemeral, the world, the apparent world. So if you know that, you are searching for what then? To change your life, but that is a different, and you, of course, it's valuable as human being to change your life if you like, but then it's in the movie, eh? Yes, and nothing wrong also with that, but don't confuse the search for who I am or the search of well-being in the movie. Yeah. So to realize who you are, you don't need a special attitude, except to know I'm not going to hook at whatever I believe in my mind. I even question the owner of this mind. That is the most important. Huh? Yeah. That's all you have to do. All the rest is cherries on the cake. And don't make this question, who am I, a mantra, just when it's urgent for you, when it's needed for you, but it can also happen differently. But if you are busy with your mind, if it is urgent, ask it once. It may fail, doesn't matter, another time.
I guess that's also another question, because I have the opportunity to see now.
Yeah.
And when it doesn't happen, I feel incompetent and frustrated. But I also don't want to fall into the trap of, oh, another time.
Yeah, right. Right. So don't listen to the comments of your mind, which are wrong, you know. They're wrong. It's about what you are. You are, even when the mind speaks like this. Imagine. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. We don't have even to be competent, imagine.
Thank God.
Yes, thank God. But then you have to promise yourself, I will not listen to those comments. It's one thing to know well the subject. It's another thing to give a moment to realize it. Yeah. One first is very busy in the mind, and the other not busy for a split second in the not in the mind. So of course one gets busy in the mind, even clarifying this subject and all, when the mind looks like still so powerful, it can't help to do that. But you have to remember that it's absolutely not needed. Even if you are at the top of the knowledge has to be forgotten for a split second. It's very important to remember that. And that split second is not coming because you have the right knowledge. That's why we don't know how it happens. It can happen we never know. We never know. And I don't think knowledge brings more results than anything else. Yeah.
Hi. Hello, everyone. Blessings to you all. I'm wondering, why to even do anything if it's
About what?
all
About what? About liberating yourself?
just anything in life, because if it's all just illusions of the mind.
No, but listen. To say it's an illusion in the mind, it's a way to teach. It's not true. It's a way to teach for the one who searches, who am I? It's not true. There is no illusion, otherwise there will be two, reality and illusion. Wrong. It's Advaita, not two.
I think I just feel that
You understood wrongly. Listen to me. Then live your life, do things.
with what guidance, on what like.
What do you search? I mean, in the essence.
I really don't know.
You don't know?
I don't.
Then I give you a goal.
Now I feel a lot of. I'm drawn to love, energy. I feel this is kind of an essence that is a good guide.
Okay. Then experiment love, and wherever you break your heart, know that it's because it is concerning the apparent world. It's not the love that I am. So it's a kind of neti-neti. You see, whatever I experience, I do experience it in the world of my body and mind and feelings. But it's not in the permanency. It's not in what is. It's not in my real nature. I'm not only an experience. So whenever you have an experience, you can say, okay, I fully live it, but it's an aspect of who I am, an aspect of the love. It's not the full love. It's a direction. I mean, you do whatever you like, but it's a direction.
So it is still following the mind, kind of doing what I like. It's still like I have to also
if
to
you
ask
want
this
to
question.
follow something, it's in the mind.
So it's just not that big of a deal, living. It's just like to be.
Then live and then we
you
see.
just live, and sometimes you get this glimpse that you speak about, that it's just like, oh, okay, the mind is quiet, now I am. But then just like, okay.
I am all the time,
Yeah,
even when the mind is fooling myself. If you take it like this, have a good laugh and live well.
Yeah, so it's just very simple. It's just like...
Who told that it was... And even simple is too much.
I feel that maybe if like, because there are some sets of not rules, but let's say for meditation, to come in line with like to quiet the mind, some practices, different practices, religious or whatever. This is also like just an image, or
it is
the mind
it
also?
is in the life. It is in the life of someone to practice so that he has a better well-being. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a tool to use. So
in the life.
Mm-hmm. And the well-being, is it pleasure? Like when I aim myself into well-being?
I think I cannot describe. You know very well when you feel well or not, no?
No, just this like it's trying to do good with myself, yeah, take caring of my well-being.
Yes?
Yeah.
Sure.
So it is the pleasure. It's some sense of the body.
You can say so. It is different for everyone.
Can you elaborate how it's different for everyone?
No. Because it's not the subject of the satsang.
Meaning is also of the mind.
Any meaning?
Meaning, yeah, a meaning of
Sure.
something. Yeah.
My life is meaningful, my life is absurd, then you start to search something else and so on. Sure. Sure. Investigate, investigate.
I think about good and bad distinction.
In the mind, yeah.
Yeah, different.
It's very relative for everyone.
It's what?
Very relative. Relative values for everyone.
And this is why you can also see that it is of the mind. Like
Yeah,
it's
sure.
just it's not the absoluteness of
Yeah.
am, yeah, of I
Yeah.
am, of being.
Yeah.
Is the being of everyone the same being?
In that way, no. The way you put it, no. There is no beings in being.
You know, the essence, it's the same essence?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, even if I say yes, of course, yes, but the question of yes or no is no more important in reality, you see. Otherwise, yes can be an answer of the mind, of course, but... Okay. I think you have to define more what you really want. What is your real search, you see? Because that's what you have to answer. Or is it in life, I want to accomplish something, or is it to really see if there is something like a background of it? That's all, you know. And that you just be clear and go for it.
I feel I get this direction more and more.
What do you get?
A direction
Yeah.
that I want to be. Just it becomes very, very
Okay.
simple,
Okay.
because every other direction just feels very, it's not it, you know,
Okay,
it feels
okay.
like a mask or...
Okay, but then why you ask the first question was not about that. So you always are. The problem is that you think it will be objectified in some action, in some attitude, in some state. Yeah, that's all. It will not. Or it is all the time objectified, but then it is limited. It has no substance in a way.
So there is not even a search, because I just am all the time. So there's nothing to look and nowhere to go.
Okay.
Okay.
And live your life.
Is harm a real thing?
No, don't ask that.
Okay.
Live your life.
Okay.
I'm not concerned with which kind of life you want to live. Live your life. You are free to live the life you believe in.
I'm struck by one sentence you just gave, right? You're free to live the life you believe in. Isn't that the condition of every one of us here?
Of course. That's what we do, no?
Mm.
And that is different for everybody.
Yes.
Ethics are different, opinions are different, feelings are different, thinking are different, the body is different.
But freedom is same. The essence of it. Ganga, I can only thank you.
I also thank. I also thank.
Yes.
Imagine. The luck.
Hi.
Hey.
So you say you thanks, and in about 12 days there's this celebration, the Guru Purnima. And if you are that, I am that, Papaji
Why
is
Guru
that.
Purnima?
What makes you celebrate?
Because how do you know that? How did I know that? Through Papaji. In my life. So Guru Purnima is in the life to celebrate the luck of not believing in incarnations and knowing that the incarnations are just the expression of that, but really what I am is always here. I thank, as somebody, I thank him. And will ever. Till my last breath, after no. Yeah.
Sorry, but I feel like duality there. Like you are that, but also you think like a manifestation.
Yeah, yes, I am. Yeah. But it will disappear, you know that. Yeah. You know, Guru Purnima, in this context of our satsang, Master told himself, there is no master, no students, no teachings. That's the truth. Because everybody is that. Now, I needed to hear, because I believed I was somebody, I went to search a master for that. So it is in the movie, in my life movie. Yeah? And in so many lives movies. So there, as I celebrate birth of a dear one, or wedding, or death, or whatever celebration we have in life, we can then give a moment to celebrate the fact to have met a master who told you, you are already that, there is no teaching, no student, no master. You see? You see, this world of appearance, it's not that it's different from what you are. It's just that you have known that it is that in expression. You see, it's not that the expression is not there anymore. Not necessarily. Maybe very rare ones would speak like that, but I don't think they would speak like that while having a body. You see, even Ramana, when Papaji went to him, and then Ramana said, go and save your life, the life of your family in the north. You could also ask, oh, but this is in the movie. Hmm? One in the movie doesn't know it's a movie, and then he seeks and starts to know, oh, this is illusory, and in the end, everything is that. Movie, no movie, whatever. Yeah.
Ganga, you said just a little earlier, there is no incarnation. Right?
Yes, from what I am, from where I am.
Yes,
that's
yes.
what I say.
Yes, yes.
From where I became as a Ganga, as a this, there is an incarnation, unsubstantial.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. What I would like to say is that as a human being,
So as this?
I cannot deny I'm incarnate.
No, I don't deny.
No,
She
no,
asked me, I am
yeah,
in
no,
the
sure,
of
sure,
course I
sure.
don't deny. But what does it mean? That I am in a flesh?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it means that we cannot deny that we are beings that are incarnate and that have to live a life, right?
But we do that, no?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. It seems that it's the name of the game, not to find a way to how to live life. Papaji had a very interesting expression. He was calling that living life skillfully.
Skillfully or unskillfully doesn't change anything of what you are.
No.
Okay. And here it is the freedom and the choice or not choice of each one's life. Everybody cannot be skillful. Then what? That's why there is right and wrong and all that. This is the manifestation. If everybody was skillful, we would be in paradise. So what? Oh,
Thank you, Ganga.
I don't enjoy any nice sentence. I enjoy uncompromising sentence.
If I remember well, he was defining what is skillfully. He says to have the mind on the in the presence of Sat Chit Anand.
I don't want to hear.
I know.
I don't want to hear.
Okay.
I will not touch what my master said, but he never said that to me, so I don't take it.
But may I take it for myself?
If you like, sure.
Thank you.
Of course. Of course. But don't impose on anybody.
No, no.
Yeah.
Okay. I absolutely don't. Ganga, I completely and totally imbibe what you say, you know. I have full respect and I take it, believe me, I take it.
My dear Pragata, all is fine. But we are like this together.
Yes.
And it's also inspiring, so.
Yes. I will even call it skills. with which
You want
with
me
which
to
you
keep a
manage
good mood or not? What?
with which you manage to express the impossible. Amazing.
Yeah.
Again, thank you.
All goes back to him. In my movie. Thank you very much.